because I could have avoided this, and it's just on me, and I feel like I'm paying for my mistakes now. I feel like I've given it my all already.
I don't feel very comfortable in, it was that question.
I'm so tired. I can't do this. 25 cards. I spent almost 3 hours. I didn't do any studying today, and that is 100% okay.
If it's wrong, I basically just released a prescription that I'm causing harm to a patient, and I'm just like freaking out.
I'm done with feeling guilty about taking rest days. I'm done. I'm done. I am done. Oh my god. Friends, it's Nathan, a third-year pharmacy student studying at the University of Waterloo. Welcome channel, welcome back to the channel. So this is part 2 of the college finals week series. In part 1, you saw me studying for my therapeutics exam, which covered topics on pain, oncology, HIV, hepatitis, as well as my business exam in the pharmaceutical lens. And those were definitely something. I'll let you watch it. I'll link it above here if you haven't already done so. But now we are in part 2, which is the second week and final week of my exams. Runs exactly for 7 more days until I'm free. And so I have 2 exams. I have my OSCE, which is an objective structured clinical exam. And then I have a written exam on travel medicine and the top 100 drugs. Whew. It's gonna be another busy week, definitely not unmanageable, and I've been doing a really good job at staying composed and taking care of my priorities and mental health simultaneously with the studying, and so I want to try to keep that up. And yeah, this is just gonna be a good week. We're gonna finish strong, and I hope you guys enjoy this one. I am a dum-dum today. It's time to start studying for this exam. It is an OSCE, like I said, objective structured clinical exam. And these are exams that all healthcare students have to do. And they're designed to mimic what you would encounter in real life practice in clinical settings. So, and with OSCEs, I have a pretty rocky past with it. From my last finals week, I did really poorly on a few of the stations, and it was like a snowball effect. And that's the biggest thing about it, is it's so performative, right? It's like, you know, the bell rings, you go into the room, after 7 minutes the bell rings again, you walk out and you move on to the next one. It's go, and it's hard for me to recollect and to just take a breath when something bad just happened. And that's something that I really need to work on, and I'm hoping that I can stay composed no matter what happens this time around. But because it's so performative, you obviously have those performance anxiety and those things come out. And it's not like you can just sit and relax and think about your answer. Like, no, there's a patient in front of you and there's someone marking you. So taking too long with an answer, or saying too much ums and ahs and all those kind of stuff will cost you marks. It's a bit of a unique exam to study for, and I was really struggling to figure out how I want to study for this exam, but I think that I'm going to basically just read over all of my notes from this semester on therapeutics, autoimmune diseases, infectious disease, and then, like I said, what we covered most recently, oncology, HIV, hepatitis, pain. All those topics are going to be potential interactions, so I want to make sure that my therapeutic knowledge is up to par for that. So I know that was really long, but I just wanted to give you the basis in case you didn't understand what OSCEs were, and let's get reading. It's really much just going to be a lot of reading, a lot of going through notes, and just making sure that the base knowledge is there so that I can deal with whatever happens. So these are all the topics that I want to review. Ignore what you see on the cards here, because I'll only be looking at the therapeutics portion. So it's really only this specific slide deck, you know, this specific slide deck, this specific slide deck, because those are the only things that apply in clinical settings. A lot to go over. Let's do this. So Friends, I hope you're enjoying this 1-hour episode of the College Finals Week series. I want to tell you this video is kindly sponsored by Skillshare. Now that it's summer and I'm not in school anymore, I can really focus on self-development, which was one of my goals at the beginning of the year, specifically increasing my confidence. You guys know that I'm never confident going into an exam, and truthfully, I get really nervous prior to events and meeting people. You guys know my issues with the nervous poops, but I've been trying to work on my confidence. I'm currently taking Unlocking Your Potential, 5 Exercises to Build Confidence by Emma Guinan, and I've learned to understand why I self-sabotage and my need to let go of controlling the outside world and shift my focus on controlling my behaviors, specifically my fear of failure. Another class I've been looking at is Creative Confidence, Learn to Overcome the Critical Voice by Lucy Lambrou, where she talks about removing unrealistic expectations, and you guys know I am guilty of that, and really tackling that inner critic of mine. No goal is too small, whether you want to improve yourself, productivity, develop your career or skills, Skillshare has a class for you. The first 1,000 people to use the link will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Thank you, Skillshare, and enjoy the rest of the episode. It was literally 82 degrees Fahrenheit over the weekend. Now it's snowing. This is insane. So we have just been going through card after card. We have officially finished all of the autoimmune topics, so that's psoriasis, inflammatory bowel disease, ulcerative colitis, Crohn's, as well as rheumatoid arthritis. And now I'm going to make some dinner because I'm starving. And then we'll do infections after dinner. And that'll be everything for today. So when you're making fried rice, it's super important that you're using everything in one pot because you're getting all those flavors to remain in the rice. So now that all those oils are in there, I'm gonna put in the rice. Now we're gonna add all our ingredients and aromatics into the rice. And after a lot of mixing, this is what it looks like. We have my fried rice. I'm just really disappointed in myself today. I got nowhere near as much as I wanted to get done. The goal was to get through 6 weeks of therapeutics material. I got through 2 weeks. I didn't get to infections. I just could not study. I had the time today. After I finished admin, which did take longer than usual, I had the time. I just couldn't get the motivation or even the urge to study. I just feel like this exam period has been so long that I feel like I've given it my all already. And I just want to be done. But it's so long, like 2-week exam period. My exams are usually 1 week long. And so I feel like it's just been really, really tough to keep my stamina going continuously. Maybe it's for the better, right? Maybe taking this 1 day off allows me the next day just to be laser focused, and that's what I have to be, laser focused. So I'm waking up at 6 tomorrow, and we're just gonna go hard, get it done, and we'll kill the exam on Thursday. Keeping that in my head, so that when I wake up first thing in the morning, that's the forefront. I couldn't write enough, I don't wanna think, and now my heart won't melt for anything. I'm in this cold hotel, just dying. So as you can see, I'm in a study area that you guys know very well. We are gonna do it all today. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling ravenous, and like I said, we have infections to cover as well as everything from the 6 weeks, so that brings us a total of 10 weeks of material to cover. We have not a lot of time, but I'm determined we're gonna get through it together. Let's do this. I'm in a study spot that you guys definitely know. So like I said, we have a lot to cover. We have almost, trying to do the math, 10 weeks of material to cover the therapeutics in order to prepare for this OSCE. We have a lot of daylight ahead of us, so I'm feeling good. I'm feeling ravenous. We're gonna get it done. So let's do it. The extra fried rice from dinner is lunch today, and I actually put some cheese on top, and it's so good. So this is the entire infection unit we need to cover. Now, obviously, I don't need to go through everything. That'd be insane. But these three, yes. Everything that you see, therapeutics, yes. And yeah, okay, so let's do it.
And with your doubt, just show me the wheel I'm spinning out. 'Cause I don't wanna stay here on the ground.
Reading through these notes is actually quite relaxing. It's because I already went through the material, so I'm not learning it, but it definitely is a little bit dry, and that's why we have the gum. But we're making good progress. We are halfway done infections. Infections is done, which means we have covered the first 6 weeks of the semester. I have 4 more weeks to do because I don't need to cover pain because I already went through it extensively for my therapeutics exam. So the 4 weeks consist of oncology, HIV, hepatitis. They're all very, very big chapters, and I'm a little bit nervous just because I feel like my understanding of those 3 topics aren't as strong, especially HIV and hepatitis. And also, like, there's not that much time left. It is late afternoon. I think we might have to go late tonight. Hopefully not too late, but we'll see what happens. We're gonna start going over cancer now, and to be honest, I don't think they're gonna even ask it just because OSCEs are very focused on community practice, so your local pharmacies, and it's very rare to have a lot of different cancer medications there, or even to have like your patients taking it. It's very much hospital pharmacy that you see cancer medications, and so I don't want to spend too much time on it, so I'm just gonna try to zip through it as much as possible.
Whoa, sad days in my living room, bought cheap bouquets and they never blew. We feel okay till we never do, till we never do. Oh, oh, oh. Sad days in my living room.
So I finished the rest of oncology, but I'm honestly just mad at myself because I know that tonight is gonna be a late night because of my doing. If I had worked harder yesterday and this morning, I wouldn't have to stay up late tonight, and it's just so frustrating because I could have avoided this, and it's just on me, and I feel like I'm paying for my mistakes now. But I do have a package to get, so I'm heading there now. I love the fact that my school has a really strong engineering program, so people always make these shortcuts so that you don't have to walk all the way to the end of the street. Okay, so I went for a boba run, which I rarely ever do, especially if I'm alone, but I was just craving it, and I felt like with this type of studying, just going through cards, there's just so much to do, and I need something to keep me awake and also just keep me entertained, so boba does that. But I kid you not, this was $9. $9 for this, and also it's a fruit tea, and I never get fruit tea. There is like strawberry, passion fruit, orange, mango. And then I added the coconut jelly, which is an extra surcharge. I don't know, guys. It's such an unhealthy addiction financially and for like health-wise because it's so sweet, but it's so good. And I feel like I need this pick-me-up. So the most satisfying part is poking it. 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness. That was so loud. Let's give it a stir and let's try it. It's good, but I like my milk teas more. Which makes me kind of sad because they spent $9 on it. Whatever, we're just gonna enjoy it. We're gonna continue with the studying. I think I'm gonna study hepatitis now, and then we'll do HIV tomorrow morning. That's the plan. Let's get studying. Okay, so it's a lot later. It is midnight now. I'm still going at it. I'm actually not tired, and so I just want to keep going with the flow. Just have hepatitis C, hepatitis B, and hepatitis D left. In total, that's more than 100 cards, but I think we can go through them quickly. I hope to get everything done by 1, hopefully 1:30 max. Again, I'm not tired, so I don't know if it's just the boba. I still am relaxed because I'm just reading through notes. Like, I'm not trying to do active recall. I'm just trying to get a good understanding so that when the patient comes, I'm able to process the information. Specifically, this exam, we weren't given a lot of information at all. It was just all topics are fair game. That's what they told us. And so everyone is really stressed and anxious and they don't really know how best prepare. And so we're just trying to do damage control and just try to get points where we can during those interactions. And I'll explain a little bit more about how I'm gonna maximize my marks and maximize my strategy tomorrow. But there is a skill to OSCEs and it's very much playing the game. I will see you in an hour/hour half. Hopefully I'll be done then. And we're done. Even my laptop knew that it couldn't take anymore. It's out of battery and we are done. Actually, before I shut it off, let's do a satisfying X. There we go. Good night. Okay, so I don't want to talk too long because I really need to sleep. It's 1 o'clock and I plan to wake up at 5:30, which puts me at 4.5 hours of sleep, which is not ideal. And it's really annoying just because I had 2 full days to study for it and I really only did bulk of my studying today, or considered yesterday because now it is Thursday. I think it's just because of the exam season being so long and being 2 weeks rather than 1 week. And I just have really been struggling to keep up the stamina and the endurance and just that kind of ravenous mentality. And so that's why I had to just take it easy after my Monday exam and just take it easy again on Tuesday. So yes, it is my fault, but at the same time, it felt right in the moment, even though it doesn't feel right now. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna sleep and then I'll see you tomorrow at 5:30. I'll explain a little bit more about how my strategy is for the OSCE, as well as the last minute prep I will be doing tomorrow morning. But good night. I am awake. It is 5:30. All of this could have been easily avoided if I just managed my time better and I worked harder. And hindsight 2020, no point thinking about it, dwelling in it now. But yeah, just annoying. I had all this time and I still didn't use it to my advantage. Hopefully this will be the last time I ever wake up this early this month, except for my flight when I leave for my trip after this. We are going to begin studying. I have to go through HIV. That's my last chapter to cover. After that, I want to review my framework questions, just how I'm going to structure the interaction. After that, I am going to just do a little bit of practice with my clinical verification, checking prescriptions to make sure they're therapeutically accurate and indicated for the patient and safe for them. And then we should be good for this OSCE. I don't know, like I feel like we can prepare so much for an OSCE, but it's so up in the air because it is interaction based. You don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know how your patient's gonna be, but we've done all we can do, right? So okay, let's finish it up. And for breakfast, I have a pineapple bun with some coffee.
From far away, she looks so good. Grew up in the same neighborhood, and that's how to rub salt in a wound.
The nerves are starting to hit me. I get so nervous with OSCE because it is so performative. You have like an assessor right beside you, grading everything you say, your body language, and the biggest thing is that if you make a mistake, like if you provide wrong clinical information or cause the patient harm, you get instantly docked like 50%. Like it doesn't matter what you do, it's an instant bam 50. And so that's really scary. And I think sometimes in that case, if you're not 100% sure with your information, it's better just to not say it at all, because then they won't be able to dock you and they'll only be able to subtract marks just because you didn't give a thorough answer rather than causing the patient harm. My exam is not even on this floor, but I just needed a quiet place to film my pre-exam thoughts, and also I feel like this specific bathroom and the screen background does something to me mentally. You guys know it. I just need to stay calm and composed, not get overwhelmed, not get flustered. I've gone through all the material. I need to be empathetic because they always say that I'm not empathetic enough just because I'm trying to get all the questions and all the answers out. Treat this like a normal patient interaction, Nathan. Show them what you can do, show them your clinical skills, show them that you are a competent pharmacist. Okay, we're putting on the coat. And also, I specifically chose to wear blue because blue is associated in healthcare settings with kinder providers, more approachable providers, more understanding providers. It's a actual study done. It was a calming color, so that's why I wore blue. Psychological tips. Dr. Nathan is ready for his OSCE.
Okay, so I just got out of the room and it's now 12:30. I actually started at 9:30, ended at 10, so my exam was only 30 minutes long, and I just had to stay in the room for 2 hours because they didn't want us talking to other students about the exam. And so right now what I'm giving to you is a lot more composed and calm versus to what I was feeling immediately walking out of that room. It was so intense. Like I walked in, first of all, so flustered, and like I didn't know where to look, I didn't know where to stand, and then you have these like bells that ring. So it's like, and then you walk in, and then you go, and then you walk out. It's really intense. It's very serious environment. And so the very first interaction was with a doctor, and the minute I got to that station, I looked down, I see it is on a topic that I absolutely despise, that I struggle with so much, that I don't feel very comfortable in. It was that question. Just my luck. And already seeing this topic, I was so flustered, and I was like, oh my god, I don't know, what am I gonna do? I felt like that made me start off on a bad note too, but I tried to collect myself, so it took some time. I was like, okay, just breathe, Nathan, let's go through the questions. So I started asking questions about the patient. Essentially, once I gathered the information, I was still kind of confused what they were asking, so I literally asked the doctor, I was like, can you please clarify what you were asking of me? What is your expectation? What do you want to know from me as the pharmacist? Because I didn't understand. I felt like there was just so much information he was giving me that I wasn't able to decipher what it was. So if you guys are doing OSCEs, I highly suggest asking them, what do you want from me? So I asked that, and then I kind of got a sense of it. He used the brand name of a drug, which I had no idea what was, and in hindsight, I should have asked him, like, what is the generic name of the drug? But I didn't, and so I felt like I was playing it on a limb, which is really risky, but I felt like it only could have been that. So I provided my information and asked me, how should I monitor and follow up? I was not confident with my answer. I was like, had a feeling like, 2 to 3 months. And I said that, and he was like, oh, okay. I later found out that it was 12 weeks, so I'm in the range, and hopefully he doesn't cost me marks because it wasn't exact and precise, but yeah, we'll see what happens. And then after that interaction, I gave my recommendation. We just kind of sat in silence. Like, I didn't know what else to give, what else to say, and I asked him if he had any questions. He said no, so I was like, oh, okay. But I just felt so unsure of every single answer, and it's not until after the exam when I could discuss with my friends that I found out that, okay, I actually did provide the right recommendation, so I am very happy that I did get it right. Then we move on to the second station, and this is checking my prescription. There's 2 prescriptions, and the first one takes me 5 out of the 7 minutes. That is not good time management. I finally figure out what the issue is. I make the change and then I move on to the next one. I have 2 minutes to do this next one. And I'm trying to go through it and like I'm not noticing anything. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm running out of time. Let's just say there's no issue with it. We're gonna dispense it as written. And then you go, time's up. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like I didn't have time to look at the second one. Like, oh my god, what if it is actually wrong? And if it's wrong, I basically just release the prescription. That's on me. I'm causing harm to a patient. And I'm just like freaking out. At this point, in that moment, 2 stations have already gone terribly, in my head at least. So I was like, oh my god, no. I'm like on the verge of tears, I'm trying to hold it back. I later found out that by just me being lucky, that the second prescription had no errors, and so my luck paid off. It was Holy Spirit activated. I was just ecstatic when I found that out later. So we done the 2. Now we're on to the third one, and the third one was with a patient. Now this was a triple whammy. When I tell you it was a triple whammy, it hit me like a semi-truck. First of all, it was kept on saying the wrong thing, so I would say something, and then I realized, wait, that's not right, and I would have to change. My apologies, I'm sorry, this is the actual right information. And I don't think they're gonna take off marks because of that, because I remember them saying that as long as you correct it and you don't cause actual harm, then you're good, you're in the clear. But obviously tripping up and messing up, and that kept happening, like it happened like 2-3 times, doesn't make you feel very good. And so after that, at the very end, I realized, wait, I can't release this prescription. The patient can't take this drug. In the last few minutes, I was trying to find an alternative drug to dispense to the patient. I spit out a random drug that I kind of remembered from just my past history because I took the drug in the past for that issue. And so I was like, okay, use this drug. But I didn't know if that was actually indicated, if it was actually good for the patient. Take this drug, time's up. And then I was like, I like froze in that moment. I actually froze because I provided a new drug, and then after the time rang, I saw the paper, and then it was like, oh, it could actually be this drug. But one, I didn't counsel on the new prescription that I was going to provide. I didn't counsel on the over-the-counter product that they were asking about, and so all I did was notice that the old drug wasn't right, and so I think that was the main thing. But the other part of the interaction, I lost marks on because I didn't do them, and so
I feel like none of them went terribly. I'm probably gonna lose marks on a bit here and there, and hopefully I still will do okay, but yeah, that's how that went. And so I could see my classmates entering after. They all have this look of defeat, and like everyone was like, what just happened? And I was like, I know, I feel you. Overall, I think it went okay now that I'm looking back at it. Like, I didn't cause any harm, I didn't do anything wrong, I just missed out on information. And hopefully that won't cost me too much, but yeah. I think I'm gonna take it pretty easy for the rest of the day. Like, I was gonna start studying my top 100 drugs for my last exam on Monday, but I don't think I have it in me, so we are just going to take it easy. I'm gonna go home now. I'm really tired. My eyes can barely open. I want to be happy because I did do well, and I definitely was second guessing myself, and I thought I did awful and got every single thing wrong during the OSCE, but coming out of it and hearing people talk about it definitely reassured me. This clip is so long. But yeah. Okay, continue on. One more to go.
Spend a few hours on the reservoir. Never broke a bone, so I'm gonna try hard to prove you wrong.
It is 2 p.m. and I'm starving. All I've eaten today was 2 Chinese buns and a banana, and it's because I can't stomach anything down when I have an exam. Like, I just get so nervous, and like I have no appetite, and also I have stomach issues, so I have nervous poops. But yeah, we're finally gonna cook. Now we're gonna make some sidekicks, honey garlic noodles. Yeah, I don't know why I'm talking about nervous poops when we're about to eat, but I mean, we keep it real on this channel, and I know I'm not the only one that has that issue.
That I'm not who I used to be.
While I was on the bus back home and cooking, I was really thinking, like, I did good. Like, you did good, Nathan, on the OSCE. Like, it was a hard exam, and I feel like I don't give myself enough credit, and you guys always tell me that. It's like, Nathan, stop stressing, you did fine, and like, I feel like, you studied so hard, you've kept up with the material, you have to have done okay, and I never think like that. I always think that it's not enough, or that just because I put in the effort, I won't actually get the results. But I feel like sometimes it really does work like that, and I just need to believe in myself more. Half the time I did not know what I was doing, but at the same time, I feel like my subconscious knew what I was doing. I wasn't confident in my answers, but there was logical basis to it, and I feel like I need to give myself credit for that, because I wouldn't have been able to do what I didn't if I hadn't been studying, if I hadn't been keeping up with material, if I hadn't done everything that I have done in the past 3 months. So cheers to that. We are 75% done. Just one more exam to go. Let's try these noodles. Oh my god, it's so hot, but they're good. And then I'm gonna watch The Good Doctor because it's back now after a break, and yeah, quite fitting. I think what I've seen in Good Doctor compared to my interactions, I would say they're pretty equal. There's a lot of malpractice issues in medical shows, and I feel like it's just relatable. No one's perfect.
I am in extreme lazy mode. I've just been lying down in this bed for the past 30 minutes. I cannot do any work. I wasn't expecting me to do any work, but I just did some admin, which was really, really hard to do because I was just so tired. And now I'm going to shower, and then I'll probably eat a snack and then go to bed. I'm so tired, guys. Like, this is what 4 hours of sleep does to you. Like, my brain is actually fried, and I think I'm gonna take a Tylenol just to make sure that a headache doesn't form.
Even though I ate lunch so late, I'm kind of hungry now, so made up some mee goreng, I got the poached egg, some chicken fingers, and ketchup. I know it's a little strange, but I need to finish up my fridge, that's why.
I'm finally going to bed. I'm so tired. I'm not gonna set an alarm. I'm just gonna let my body catch up on the sleep, and I think I'll probably do like a half study day tomorrow, half admin, half study, just because I want to ease back into the final grind of the study season. Good night.
Let's go.
I feel like I was reborn this morning. I slept until 9:30, and I never ever sleep in that late. Clearly my body needed it, but it was just so nice to have a slow morning. Like, I was on TikTok, I made breakfast slowly, I was watching The Good Doctor, I was like just loafing around, and I could afford to loft around, which is really, really nice. And I just can't wait until school is done and I can actually just enjoy the daily
luxuries and daily magics of life. I feel like I'm always on a go, go, go hustle mentality that I just forget about little things like looking out and just enjoying the sky and these little things. So today I'm gonna start with some admin, YouTube work. I need to do some logistics for my internship this summer, as well as plan more of my trip after my exams. And then the second half of the day, we'll start easing back into studying for Monday's exam, which is travel medicine and top 100 drugs. And I'll explain a little bit more about my strategy and how I'm gonna go about that when I do the studying this afternoon.
Feet away, she's like a primrose.
I think today just might be an admin day, and so right now I finished through my emails and I'm now going through some logistics for my summer internship. And of course, whenever you start a new job, there's always so many things you need to do with HR and submitting documents and doing background checks. And so after a very, very long hour of filling forms and showing documentation and proofs and IDs, we are finally ready to hit submit. So after Monday's exam, I'm moving out of Waterloo, but my parents aren't coming to actually help me, and so I have to do it all on my own. Right now it is Friday. I have a friend that can bring a box out, and then on Monday I'm gonna have a suitcase which I'm gonna bring out the rest of my stuff. And so I'm just trying to figure out logistics, how I'm going to get it all out, because I feel like I have a lot of stuff. The suitcase is gonna have all my clothes and toiletries when I move out on Monday. And then this box I'm gonna give to my friend right now because I don't need it anymore, and this obviously won't fit in there. As well as this hamper bedding I'm probably going to give to a family friend in Waterloo and then pick it back up when the fall semester comes. I didn't do a time lapse, I was really stressed, but Nathan said Tetris, and there we go. This is called using what you have. So I just finished up the rice, I had some turkey in the freezer, I had a can of cream of mushroom, and then I put some sriracha, and there we have dinner.
I didn't do any studying today, and that is 100% okay. Again, I really hope I don't regret it Sunday night, like how I regretted it on Wednesday night. I just needed the day off, and I'm done with feeling guilty about taking rest days because clearly my body needed it. Like, me waking up so late was evidence that my body was exhausted. Me not wanting to study is my mind telling me that I need something else to reignite my passion, and that's why today I was focusing on admin and YouTube and content creation and planning for ideas for video content, and like that really just revitalizes me. And so I think today was much needed, and we are gonna start studying tomorrow, and we're gonna go hardcore for the next 2 days, but I'm gonna go to bed now, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I had the craziest dream last night, and I have to tell you guys about it because this is a dream that actually happens to me quite often, and especially during the exam period. And so it's more of the subconscious mind taking control, and I have certain checkpoints in my conscious mind that actually suppress these thoughts, but obviously when you're sleeping, your mind runs wild. And so what happened was I was late to my exam, and you know, it was a slow motion kind of thing. I was like running towards the room. I bust open the door, and like everyone's just staring at me, and I'm like, okay, now I feel awful because I'm late to an exam and everyone's looking at me with like light shot eyes. And then I like awkwardly, uncomfortably walk to my desk, take out my pen and paper, and then I start writing. It was just the hardest exam ever. Like, I couldn't answer any of the questions, and when the buzzer finally came on and it was time to hand in our exam, I had like 20% of it done. And obviously that is an awful feeling. If you guys ever know, not finishing an exam is the worst feeling ever because you're leaving marks on the table and it's embarrassing. And then the professor comes and she just like looks down at me like, what is this blank page? Like, are you stupid? Are you dumb? After that, I just kind of wake up. So I feel like there's a lot of stuff to unpack here. We've got the anxiety of exams, we've got the embarrassment, we've got the feeling like a failure, feeling like you didn't meet your expectations, and
external, internal pressures and all these kind of things. I feel like that's what that dream was about. I feel like maybe this is like mild forms of PTSD in nature, because there's just so much trauma and anxiety and stress with exams that your mind almost plays tricks on you like this. What does that say about the education system though? I mean, if we're getting these minor forms of PTSD. But yeah, I just thought I would share that with you guys. I'm gonna get started with my day. I'm gonna make some breakfast. It is raining and I do really like the rain, but I also need to go to campus today, so hopefully it stops raining by the time I'm done eating.
And I know why you said it, 'cause I'm reading every word in your voice. Now I'm not who I used to be.
You guys know I love my toaster. I use it every day. Even my roommate was like, it's your bread and butter. But when I had to pack it up for move out, I now have to use a pan to toast my bread. And it's life-changing. It's so good. It's like smoky. There's that flavor. I think I might do this from now on. It does take longer though, but it's so good.
Maybe it's a good thing, got a good thing coming, it's a good thing.
I can't be the only person that likes rain. There's something just so calming about it. It's like perfect dark academia study vibes. So for the past hour, I just have not been able to get started with studying. I'm doing everything but studying. Like I am checking my emails, planning my trips, just going on Instagram. And it's like, Nathan, focus. I'm yelling at myself. You guys are yelling at me. We need to finish strong. And so we are gonna get started now. And then I know once we get started, we'll pick up the momentum, but it's just that initial hurdle of getting started is so hard. But Monday's exam is professional practice theory. So it covers top 100 drugs and travel medicine. Majority of the content is going to be top 100 drugs. So if you guys remember in the very beginning of pharmacy school, I actually made these flashcards that have all the top 100 drugs, and it's thick, and I even got them laminated. So here we have acetaminophen, which is also known as Tylenol. And so you flip it over and you have like the brand name, you have the class, indication, side effects, and then some other notes about it. So for the exam, I need to basically know indication, side effects, and other information. These are like notes about how to take them, anything to watch out for, concerns, dangers, that kind of thing. And there is a lot. There's 100 of them. I actually went through the first 10 on Thursday. However, I've not looked at them since then, so we got a lot to do. I want to at least get through the first 50 and we'll do the other 50 tomorrow, which leaves us in the perfect position just to review everything once right before the exam on Monday. And with travel medicine, it's a small percentage, so if I find some time within today or tomorrow, I'll do that. Yeah, let's get these little pretty flashcards going.
We're not who we used to be, and maybe that's a good thing. We're not who we used to be, and maybe that's a good thing.
Some of these side effects are so nitty gritty, and it's like, I can't remember them. I feel like everything causes tachycardia, which is basically increased heart rate. If they ask me on the exam, what drug causes tachycardia? Every single drug. Like, I don't know what they expect from us. So an update, we have finished 25 cards. I still want to do 25 more, but it is getting a little bit dark. So I think I'm gonna go home, make some dinner, and then we'll do the remaining 25, and that'll be good for the day. I really underestimated how long studying for this would take. Like, it's not hard, but it is so monotonous and like so nitty gritty. It's just a matter of memorizing what is what. And so obviously that is really tough when you have things that are so similar. And so a set of 5 cards takes me at least 30 minutes, half an hour. And so getting through 25 cards, I spent almost 3 hours. And so I just really don't know how I'm gonna get through all of that. It is still raining. It's been raining all day, but I guess this is April for you.
Sometimes I'm alone.
It was sunshine, it was midnight rain. You wanted it comfortable, I wanted that pain. He wanted a bride, I was making my own name, chasing that fame. He stayed the same, on me changed like midnight rain. This umbrella sucks. It doesn't even fold out properly, and like the slightest wind, reverse. Like, yeah, great. I look like an idiot.
I didn't get any more cards done when I got home. I meal prepped, I ate dinner, showered, now I'm in bed. It's just been so hard for me to continue studying. Like, I feel like I'm already on vacation mode. I feel like I was on vacation mode after my therapeutics exam, the first exam. And the fact that I have a 14-day exam period, 2 weeks, it's just impossible for me to stay as diligent as I was in the beginning versus the end. I'm just tired. I'm tired. I'm burnt out. I want the summer to come. I'm going on a trip and I can't wait for that. And so I just keep allowing myself to plan and fantasize about this trip when I need to fantasize about acing this exam instead. So tomorrow we are going to have no distractions. I'm waking up at 6. We're not pulling up Excel. We're not pulling up the blogs. We're not doing any more planning. We are just going to get these top 100 drugs done, okay? You guys are going to keep me accountable, and I know we'll get through it. We always do, one way or another.
I'm standing outside of a bar, halfway around the world.
Good morning. It is Sunday, which means it's the last day before my exam. It's also the last day before the end of this wretched finals week. I shouldn't say that. It hasn't been awful. It's just been really tough, like mentally, to keep the stamina going, and that's kind of the biggest hurdle this time around. Not so much the level of difficulty, just keeping up my endurance. I'm not gonna let past 2 days dictate my success, define me. No more distractions, no more dallying. I closed my itinerary plan. We're not gonna look at this today at all. It's just gonna be top 100 drugs. I'm gonna eat this, live this, breathe this. So like I said, I have 25 cards done. That leaves 75, 30 minutes per set of 5. That's 15 sets. 15 sets times 30, that's around 7 hours, give or take. I'm gonna try to go through them quickly, also thoroughly. Let's do this, guys. And because I don't need my laptop, we are gonna close it so there's ultimate no distraction zone.
I couldn't speak a word. That doesn't matter, 'cause when I looked at her, my heart fell through and
So we are at 40 cards done. I'm so tired. Like, I feel like I'm actually so dependent on caffeine now. I'm gonna try this Coca-Cola with coffee. I got this in a HelloFresh box, but I never actually tried it. So it's vanilla flavored. Let's give it a go. I don't even know if this exists everywhere in the world. So Coca-Cola, coffee, vanilla. That tastes like an ice cream float with like affogato. Oh, wow. That is so good. Guys, you gotta try this. I think the reason for why I'm feeling so tired is because I'm sitting so much and I'm not used to doing cards, whether virtual Anki or in physical copy with these ones. I just need to stand up, and so I'm standing up. I actually moved my desk so that it faces the window so I have that view and I can focus and not get like too bored while I study. So let's get more of these cards done. I don't want to study anymore. It's gonna be such a long night. I already know it is gonna be. It's now 3 o'clock and we're at the 50 mark. That basically leaves another 6 hours. We're gonna go till 12 essentially, which I really didn't want to.
I
do this. I can't do this anymore. Like, I can't even read through the card fluently. Like, one card takes me forever because the words aren't making sense. They're getting jumbled up. It's just not comprehending. I think I like broke my brain or something. And I just don't want to study. Like, I really couldn't care less about these exams. Like, I just want to be done. Like, I really don't care. Oh my goodness. Like, I'm just trying to get through it. And I know I'm just saying it because I'm obviously in a really fragile state right now, but this exam season has been so hard on my mental health. So I think the plan is now that I'm just going to finish reviewing the cards, like actually studying them, going through them multiple times tomorrow morning. After that, I will read through travel medicine and IB therapy, and then I'm just going to glance over all the cards again and then just write this exam and be done with it. I think that's the best plan. It is 11 o'clock. If I sleep now and wake up at 5, that's 6 hours of sleep, and then another 6 hours to study. So my exam is at 12:30. I think that's doable. I think just tomorrow my mind's gonna be in a better headspace, and so I can do more with that mentality. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed now. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm also out of coffee, so I need to grab Tim's tomorrow morning at 6:30. Okay, good night, guys. Good morning, it is 5:30. Today is the last day. I feel so much better. I feel refreshed, rejuvenated, well-rested, and I think I am really a morning person, and this shows it, like, just the difference in mindset and thinking and just emotions. Like, even if it's early, I'm still just so much better in the morning. So let this be the very last time I'm waking up at this hour, unless I'm catching a flight, which I will have to tomorrow. But oh my goodness, guys. Okay, so we are almost there. Let's get ready and then we'll start studying. The nervous poops are here and I gotta go to the bathroom. Oh, that is so good. I miss coffee so much. We are gonna channel old Nathan. We are going to conjure him up. Old Nathan, we're talking first year of pharmacy school, the motivated, dedicated, ambitious, ravenous Nathan that you guys first were introduced to, that kind of got a little tired, retired a bit. We're bringing him out, okay? It's time to activate him. We have this many cards left to do. We're just gonna rip through them. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling motivated. We're just gonna go, no stops. And yeah, let's do it. Doing these cards have made me realize that one of my biggest icks in the medical community is when we use scientific medical terms when it's not needed. Like, why do we need to say hydrosis instead of sweating? Why do we need to say ataxia instead of loss of balance? Like, it just overcomplicates things. All top 100 drugs have been covered. I'm actually missing the very last one, Zopiclone, Imavane, which is for insomnia. I don't know where it went, which makes me kind of sad because I wish I had a full deck with me, but I think it should be okay. I recognize the pattern. No matter what drug it is, as long as it's in the same class, it'll have the same side effects and the same drug interactions. For example, things like antihyperlipidemic agents, atorvastatin and rosuvastatin will have the same side effects profile because they both treat high cholesterol. And so if I can recognize that, it'll help me eliminate decisions and options. As well, I'm trying to trust in my ability just that I know these drugs, and maybe I'm gaslighting myself into thinking that I know it because it's my last exam. But yeah, I just hope they don't make it too hard. Like, please have some empathy on us. It's the last exam. We're all so tired. But I'm gonna go to the bathroom now. We're gonna come back and we're gonna do travel medicine, and then I'm gonna review everything again, just with the cards briefly, and then we'll write this exam. I'm gonna learn these 3 chapters in the next hour for the very first time. We got pre-travel consultation, non-vaccine preventable diseases, and non-infectious travel conditions. Well, let's go. I can't be the only person that actually used to use dryer sheets as a mosquito repellent. Apparently, it does not work. It explains why I would get bitten all the time and it would swell up until it's like hot and hard and red. Yikes. We are done travel medicine. It was actually really nice to read about it just because I do a lot of traveling, and so I've actually taken a lot of the medication that they've recommended, or even have the conditions. Well, not have the conditions, but I'm aware of the conditions. No, I've never had malaria, but I have been to Africa, so I did have to take prophylaxis for it. We are gonna head to the School of Pharmacy now, and while that happens, on the commute, on the train, we are gonna keep reviewing those top 100 cards. Okay, so I'm currently heading to the room to write my very last exam of the semester. I was just going through my cards super quickly, like my eyes were jolting back and forth. Are you kidding me? This better not be locked. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay, 5 minutes. Let's do this. Wish me luck, guys. I'm done. I'm done. I am done. Oh my god, that was the worst exam ever. It was honestly so bad. Like, there was probably like at least like 15 questions, if not more, that I was unsure of out of 50 questions. So it's not looking too great. Like, there was just so many meds on the brand names, and it's like, I'm really good at the generic to the brand, but then brand to the generic, not good whatsoever. Oh my goodness, like there was so many drugs that I was like, what is this? Like, is this even the brand name in Canada? Like, I've never ever seen it. And then also like, it was pretty nitty gritty. It was like, there was like a question that's like, oh yeah, which one contraindicator watched out for with those that have kidney issues? Every single thing, like every drug has kidney issues. Like there was just so many like little nuances, and like it got to the point where I really had to be creative with my answers and selection. So like there was a couple questions where it was like, oh yeah, which drug of the list here has X side effect? And I'm like, okay, I remember Google searching that side effect because I didn't know what that was, what the like medical term to the layman term is. And then I searched it up on the very first day of studying, and then I went chronologically, right? So, and alphabetically. So if I searched up this side effect on the first day of studying, that means it had to be a drug that starts from A to D. So that's how I selected some of my answers, which I think is actually pretty smart. Like, I need to be credit for that. Like, that is definitely not like a stupid way. That is educated guessing, 100%. Also, the select all that applies. Who invented select all that applies? Like, your brain subconsciously wants you to select more than one, but like that's the trick. I feel like there was many times where I feel like one could just be the answer, but then because it is select that apply, you want to select all of them or select at least more than one, versus if it was just one answer, it would just be a regular multiple choice. So like that was also tripping me up, but we're done. Like, we are done. So at the same time, should I even look at my cards and check my answers? Like, I don't know if I should or not, but I probably will, but I just need to take a break. I'm starving. I was also so tired, like my eyes could not focus. I had to take a mint to stay awake. We're done. We're done. I don't really care how it went. At this point, we're just done. We're done. Okay, so I just went through my answers, and surprisingly, I got a lot of them correct, the ones that I was unsure about. Like, my subconscious was subconsciousing. Like, I had no idea, but like my mind was telling me certain things. I was trying to go with gut feelings, and guys, just trust your gut feeling. But at the same time, because the select all that apply answers are all or nothing, so it's like if you get one answer right, but you choose another option that is incorrect, the entire question is incorrect, so you get 0 marks for it. And so definitely there was those cases. Just gonna eat some yogurt and finish my coffee, and then I need to go to the bank, and then we'll go back home and So the past 2 hours have been the most hectic moments of my life, probably even more stressful than my actual exams. My room was like, wow, this is seeing Nathan in stress mode. Basically, what happened was I got back home at around like 4, and that means I had an hour to pack up all my stuff, clean my room, everything before I had to leave Waterloo and get my ride. And so basically I had to finish up with the laundry, I had to pack up the kitchen stuff, my room, my clothes. I shoved it all into one suitcase, as you guys saw in like earlier clips. whew. And then after pushing it all, I was like sweating, I was running around frantically. My roommate was helping me like shove things in my suitcase, throw things out. And then we finally got my ride to come pick me up. And then we were stuck in traffic for so long. Literally, like, the traffic in Toronto is so bad. And after that, I was like nauseous. I needed a gravel. I was like, I was gonna puke. And then now I'm finally back home and I can officially end the vlog. You guys have no idea how long I've been waiting to say, now it's time to end the vlog. And those 3 words, end the vlog. I've been waiting for it so long. Because like you guys saw, this was such a hard 2 weeks for me. This entire semester was very difficult, as you guys know. It's really rewarding and really joyous to say that I am done my 3A term and I just have 1 more academic semester left. And yeah, so I'm currently making some ramen, and once I eat that, I gotta pack, and then we're flying out for a little trip. You're gonna see my trip after I react to my final grades, which will be next week's video. Goodbye, guys. I definitely need to sleep. I've slept like way too little these past few days. I am so done, and we made it through. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to give it a like. Let me know in the comments what you thought about my exam experience. Could you relate? How did yours go? And if you want to see more from me, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get notified every time I post a new video. And you don't want to miss next week's video, which will be reacting to my final grades, seeing if all the work I put in was worth it. If you want to see more of my day-to-day life as a student, you can follow me on Instagram at nathan.wu. I'm also on TikTok at it's NathanWu. But that's it for me. I'm gonna pack, I'm gonna sleep, and then I'm gonna head off to my trip. Bye, guys.